Is it common for people to not have their shit together in their 30s? The common perception is not only is 30 ancient, but you should have your life together. So far my 30s feels like my 20s with less energy and excitement. I didn't want to make this about myself, I was just curious in other people's stories, but a quick sum up of my situation, which is very embarrassing. I live alone, but I don't drive and a chronic job hopper, so as you would imagine things aren't smooth as they should be at this age, haha. I'm 62 and not really sure what's going on. I'm going to let you in on a little secret: nobody has their shit together. Nobody. The entirety of life is a series of continuous volumetric shit compressions that only ends when you're dead. 57 here. Good life. Lots of extremely cool experiences in the bag. Happy family. Decent job. Things to look forward to. Shit definitely not together. Projected likelihood of shit ever coming together 0.0. Almost 40. My shit is not together. Lots of people in 30s, even 40s, don't have their shit together. Hell, I am 34, but 2 years ago I was 50k in debt renting a moldy apartment. Now I am married, kid on the way, and closing on a house. All you have to do is start. This whole thread just silently seems to agree, but I'm over here. What do you even mean with having your shit together? Like, what's the line here? Who makes the distinction about who does and who doesn't match? I would love to answer, but like I don't even know if I would qualify. 29. What day of the week is it? Life beats the shit out of everyone. Some handle it better than others. Except that there will always be problems and hurdles, and learn to roll with it and not stress. It is common for people to never get their shit together. Most people just start trying in earnest in their late 20s. I didn't really have my shit together until I stopped abusing alcohol in my early 40s, and it's still a battle at 59, seeing I'm bipolar and have to struggle not to tell my bosses to fuck off at times. For most people, I think life is more of a battle than a journey. To answer a bit more broadly, back in the mid-20th century there was a more defined path for a Western American dream life. School, married, house, kids, etc. That path is no longer as agreed on as the way. Be financially viable. In terms of having your shit together, it's now not as clear what the shit it's harder to do. I'm 55, raised 6 kids and still don't have my shit together. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. Ouch. This hurts. I'm 34 and I definitely have to put my shit together yet. When I was 18 I lost all faith in my skills and dropped out of uni. Basically playing video games until 24. From there it's been one low-wage job after another. I have spent the last 10 years working and I still have to earn 1k monthly salary. Which never happened. I definitely went back to uni age 28. Even though I'm close to a bachelor degree, I know I will never get good money out of. Life changed mostly for the better. But slowly. I have a house and a fiancé and some future plans. Consistency is the key. Nobody has their shit together. Level 40 here. Been around the world. Have a stable job and a house. Give off the appearance of having it all planned out. The reality is lots of luck professionally and a constant state of chaos in my personal life. Shit not together and not looking good for it ever coming together. I think our perceptions of having it together evolve as we age. Anyway, good luck on your person project. I'm going to keep working on mine. Like everything, it depends. Not everyone starts at the same place. It's easier for people with supportive people in their lives to have shit together. Or without chronic pain. Or with money. Just turned 35. Been basically an international hobo for the past decade. My goal was to travel from 25 to 30 as much as possible and then get serious about career and buying a home and such when I hit 30. However, I loved backpacking and travel so much I just kept spending all my money doing it. Now I'm 35 and still love it, so maybe I'll aim for 40 is when I'll get serious about getting my shit together. I couldn't get mine together until I was 37. My 40s and 50s are great. It is these days. Totally dysfunctional society. Not your fault. It really depends on what you mean. In your 30s, you should be a bit better off than in your 20s. But no one ever has all their problems solved. If you don't drive, how do you get around? Do you have accessible public transportation? Or are you bumming rides off your friends all the time? If it's the latter, you really should get a license and maybe a cheap car. Job hopping is an archaic phrase. Employee loyalty is gone due to the way corporations treat people. They don't give regular raises and have no pension plans. So just find the best gig for now and keep looking. Personally, I'm flailing in the deep. Have been for years. Just developed a hernia, and as a manual laborer who depends on a sturdy core, I'm fucked. I can get the surgery, but the cost is probably going to make me and my wife homeless. I've been there before, but my wife has never had to struggle like this before, and I worry about what it could do to her mentally, let alone what strain it may put on our relationship. All I can do is keep pushing forward though. At least I know some nice wooded areas around my work I can probably throw a shelter together in. Until we can get back on our feet. I'm in my mid-30s and my life is largely a hot mess. That's fine though. I'm my only responsibility and no one suffers from my chaos, haha. I've had my shit together a couple times in life, then it seems like it all falls apart, then the cycle repeats. To be honest, I don't think anyone ever has their shit together. Once you get some shit together, more shit you didn't even know of arrives and needs to be taken care of. Never-ending cycle of getting your shit together. What that shit is will change, but it will always be there. I somehow had my shit together from ages 21-25, then it was all downhill. Now at 32 I absolutely don't have my shit together. I think that one of the fastest ways to guarantee you will be struggling in your later years is by having a serious health difficulty during your peak work years. Especially in the US. Any ongoing health issue will essentially sap any savings you have and prevent you from generating any sort of nest egg or significant assets. Nobody has their shit together. We're all just pretending to have our shit together. 31. Trying to get my shit together currently. I don't even know what shit you have to put together. Tears of joy. I'm scared of all the portrayals of stability defined by so many people. Most would say they get numb while working their way to at least amount to something. NGLI envy those who can actually get numb from all this process, while me here having my conscience or non-numb state wide awake every second. Sag life. More common than you'd think. I felt like my life didn't start to settle down until my late 30s. 40s here and my shit blew apart. The world is big and versatile, you'll find all sorts. It is very common for people of all ages to not have their shit together. Dating in my 50s and many people still living a shit show of their own making. 40. Shit mostly together but not totally. I think in your 30s you need to learn to handle your shit. Because it'll never be fully together. What exactly is having your shit together? It may vary from one person to another. Does Elon Musk have his shit together? I actually don't know anyone who has their shit together. Your 30s is kinda when you start to buckle down, because your 20s is when you're dodging responsibility for the sake of fun.